Hey. Oh, hopefully I didn't just spike everything there. Can you actually hear me now? I, uh, that was weird. Yeah, hopefully I didn't just, like, blow out everyone's eardrums. Spoke and it immediately jumped, into the red. Yeah, I turned my voice down a little bit. How's this sounding? Gosh, that was weird. Hopefully we're doing okay now. Let me adjust my audio settings again to try and fix whatever that was. I don't even have an explanation. Um, that's three. Okay. Is that any better now, or should I go a little bit higher? Having a fantastic start. And we haven't even gotten into my monumental fuck up yet. We're 9 minutes in, and yeah, you can just now hear me. I haven't even talked about how I managed to already fuck this up. I can go a bit higher. Okay. Let's try that. I'm going into the yellow now. Seems like it's hopefully a little bit better. I can always actually let's. Okay. How about this? I'm about 10 decibels right now, so turn my gain down a little bit so you don't pick up my space heater. Uh, okay. Bumped it up to 15. I'm starting to go into the red now when I talk. So I can keep going if we want, but I also don't want to like suddenly just be absurdly loud. Are we sounding all right? We're good. We're good. Okay. So, like I said, hello. Like I said, this is not even the the fuck up. um, yeah. So, working compressor. Yeah, I'll figure. What was the audio issue? I don't know. Um, so like my default microphone. So OBS was set to pull my default microphone, and my default mic is the one I'm talking through now. But for some reason, like it just was not working until I manually changed it from default to this specific one. And keep in mind, the default was this one, and I checked everywhere. Like there was nowhere else where it was trying to pull a different mic. So I don't know why it decided that the default wouldn't work, but this would. But here we are. So yeah. How I fucked up. I was messing around with a different character that I have in Dark Souls 2 for a different uh challenge run. No, I without thinking, I pulled a save state for a different character, and I accidentally completely obliterated everything. Um, as in like the character. Oh, now I can't hear my game. My game is frozen. You, we're just having a time. What the heck? Um, everything. Yeah. I am in things betwixt with nothing. Like I'm at the start of the game. It's gone. So like I can recreate all of it. Um, well I can't if my this is just gonna be the best stream of the year. what the heck? Like, I can't even Alt-Tab out. There we go. So I guess I'll restart the game. So as I'm restarting the game, since it's like, it just is crashed, we got options. What are the options? Well, I start from scratch on the run. Um, which I mean isn't ideal, but I can start from scratch from the run. I can do a different Dark Souls 2 run. I don't know what, but I can figure something out. I can do some live coding for a Dark Souls 1 run that I want to do, and if I get it done, we can start it. Or we can do. I was going to do it offline, but we can do some on the research live for using a great bow to get through Dark Souls 3. I can start a poll, right? So let's just. What should I do? And I know the decision's up to me, but I promised one thing that I accidentally, nuked. Um, let's just start a poll. This is not Skin Tom Nook, don't I wish. Dark Souls 2 all skeleton wheels. If there's a mod for that, and you can get to me quick. But yeah, this is not the ideal of what I was hoping to do. And the reason I did not recreate the character was because I realized it like 9 minutes before I was about to go live. Not worth figuring out right now, so that's kind of what I figured. Okay, I got sound. So that's progress. How's that volume? Is that good? Too loud? I don't trust my audio settings anymore. Restart the run? Okay, I'll restart the run. So I started to give myself some of the stuff back. Just so I could, just so I could try and put myself back to where I was. Said I know I absolutely am not going to be able to actually. I was not actually going to be able to do that in 9 minutes, but I was hopeful. So we'll just work on getting myself. So I have some of the stuff that I lost. So that should at least help me be in an interesting spot, or I can just completely start from scratch. Yeah, that was not. It's not my happiest moment. I can't believe I guess I figured it out 15 minutes before the run started. Yeah, I can't believe I just like. Alright. So I do not feel like the smartest man ever. But it's fine. It's something, at least. Okay, where? I'm looking for the spot in Cheat Engine to just teleport myself because getting the timing for the character creation skip can be a little finicky, and I don't feel like recreating it, trying to recreate it live, because with how much trouble I have already had tonight, something is not going to go right. Like, it's just a fact that something will go wrong if I try to do that. I don't know what. My guess is that my computer will just explode. Um, so I'm trying to. Where is it? Yeah. So how's everyone doing tonight? Cause I'm doing something. I don't entirely know uh what I'm doing, but I am doing something. Andy, you're still working. Well, yes, I'm glad you could be here. Okay, I think I just managed to at least get my bonfire. Yeah, so you can see I started giving myself some stuff. Because it's like, I'll just recreate the character real quick, and then as I thought about it, I realized, like, ooh, I was pretty far into the game, so recreating it, I'm not going to be able to do that in 15 minutes. Ugh. So I think, no, it did not teleport me to the right place. Damn, what was the, where's the blasted teleport? Ah, gosh. Busy with work watching clips of The Pit. Okay, yeah, I've not actually seen The Pit. I've heard it is good. Why can't I find where the teleport is? Should tell you how often I use Cheat Engine that I can't actually find anything in this damn place. We're doing incredible. Because I also don't want to try and do the thing live because I don't bloody remember how to do it. Uh, we are not having a good Band-Aid over the course of 15 years. Oh gosh, I don't envy whatever it is that you have to do for that. I do not envy that at all. Okay, if I do that, what I'm trying to do right now is I can set what my last bonfire rest stat was, because I can't find the freaking teleport. Hey, hey. No, so okay, I'm gonna give this a couple more minutes, and if I can't figure it out, I'm gonna do something else because this probably is not very exciting for any of you. Downright horrendous for me, not having a great time. Because, yeah. Did not mean to accidentally, obliterate the entire character when I was messing with a different character, but I didn't really think too hard about it when I was doing it, and then I opened this character before stream and was like, oh shit. See. So that was not a lovely moment to have right before doing a stream. I'll give this one more try, and then we'll either go to Dark Souls 3 or we'll do some code. Honestly, we'll probably end up doing the code if I can't get this because I'm very excited. about the code that I want to work on. And it'll tie directly into a Dark Souls 1 challenge, so I think it'd be very, very fun if I manage to actually get it completed. And the idea of it is putting a timer that every, 5 minutes or whatever, my stats decrease by a set amount. So I have, say an hour to beat the game or whatever. So that is what the code is going to end up being when I make it, because let's be honest, this is terrible. Yeah, we're just gonna switch to that. I don't feel like messing around with this for however much longer it'll take me to find it, because I don't use Cheat Engine that much, so I'm scatterbrained. I guarantee it'll take me an absurdly long time to actually figure out, actually do the skip again. Make sure to change the title. Yeah, good point, Andy. I'm going to creating a Dark Souls 1 challenge. I'm not gonna. The thumbnail's just gonna be what it is. Sorry, everyone. Who came in expecting not this. Let me get. I'm just getting the scenes set up for OBS real quick. Okay. So you're seeing that now. Lagging you out on all streams. Yeah, YouTube keeps lagging me on everyone's stream too. I don't know. What is up with that? I thought it was just a me thing. Okay. And then I want to add a source. Okay. So this will momentarily cover the whole screen until I, oops. Yeah, pretend you didn't see that. I already edited it to not do that, but whatever. It's just technical issue day. That should be alright. Make him green with pink hair. Yes, I know JK would love that. Okay, and then I need to open. I'm just opening something else here. Yes. Okay, so we're changing for everyone joining. I see I jumped up a little bit. Yeah, so I'm creating a new Dark Souls 1 challenge that doesn't match the thumbnail at all. Short version is I accidentally completely reset and erased the negative 44 character on accident. And it would take me too long to get it set up or restart the run. So instead, we're going to make a challenge. So the goal for this, here I have a bunch of stuff. I figured out how to change a bunch of different stats in the game, in Dark Souls 1, as I'm playing it. What am I even going to need? So the goal, this, is to basically make a timer that will decrease my stats by whatever amount I decide every let's say 5 minutes. So I'm going to put myself at max stats, and then I have however long to beat the game. So let's see here. So I'm just pulling in the stuff that I need first. Um, and actually, I'm not going to touch my health value. I'm not going to touch my health value simply because I found changing the vitality stat does not actually change how much vitality you have available. Actually, I did. I only got that half working before I changed to something else. So we're just gonna work with these ones. So that's strength, endurance, dex, int, and faith. So pull those in. Get rid of that. Don't need the print statements for debugging. Now, also let me actually pull up chat again so I can see y'all again. Can I swap the health and stamina bars? What do you mean by that, Golden Calf? Because I don't know if I can, but I also don't actually understand what you're asking me. So that should all be good. End value. Why do I have? Oh no, those were all debugging, and I just misread my own code. Okay, so I'll just work on this. I'm opening a beer because holy shit. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing great. So the initial title talked about how I'm no longer diseased. So the reason I said that was because I kid you not, the entire month of February, I and my family were just sick with various things. Like literally just all of February. So that's why I just kind of didn't do anything for the longest time. Haven't released any videos, haven't done anything. I've got a Guinness. Um, Health becomes stamina and vice versa. Uh, that sounds like an awesome idea. I love that idea. I don't think I'd be able to do it with this because what I'm doing with this, so that sounds more like a mod. Yeah, Magnus is not at all Dark Souls -44. Yeah, so yeah, Calf, I love that idea. I'm definitely gonna try and figure out how to do that in the future. But that'd be a mod. What I'm doing with this is I'm directly finding in the game files where the value is written, and I'm just changing it in the file. So I'm not trying to swap how anything functions. I'm just changing a number. Oh, thanks, Andy, making me a thumbnail. Uh, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? I don't need that because I got that working. I'm just opening some of my old files to find what I need. Miscellaneous stuff. Open my game swapper because I need time. Increase base move speed drastically. Yes, I can actually do that. See, that's easy. I figured out how to do that already. I actually have a video where I kind of did that. I'm not going to do that for this one, simply because I do want it to just be my stats just slowly winding down, so I'm slowly losing the ability to do more and more stuff until I've either beaten the game or I can't beat it at all. Where is my timer? Gosh, I haven't looked at this in so long. Interval is random uniform right. Okay. Trying to remember where I now trying to recover from the complete mess that this started out as, and remembering how to actually write Python code. We'll do the interval, and that should put it at time.sleep. Interval, yes, and I need to set the interval. It's been a minute since I've done anything with this, and I'll tell you a secret. I have my code, it works. Everything that I write, I just kind of figure it out as I'm writing it, which also means my ability to remember how to do stuff like this isn't always amazing. Times 60, because it'll run it in seconds. I know that's just 300, but I'm just going to keep it that way. So while it's true, the interval is 300, the time sleep, the interval will be 300. And when that interval runs out, I will need it to change strength. I'll have to edit that because I don't need the regular value. I need gosh, game that read. It's game dot game dot read in. Okay. And value equal. Wait, now I need to put that in a variable. Or it will. Minus. Pulling out a calculator to do some math real quick. We'll say -2. That should give me roughly. Say that'll give me roughly an hour to actually beat the game. Yes, because I want it to be. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still a little rattled from how this started. You know what? 10 minutes to get my audio to actually work, and then finding out that I can't actually do what I was planning on doing. So, yeah, I was talking. Yes, so we are not dying of the plague anymore. So that's why I'm back. I was hoping to have a video out last weekend, but that just didn't happen. As it turns out, when you miss like an entire month due to being sick and like feeling like death, it's harder to catch up than you think. Wait, why did I? Did not mean to double copy that. But yeah, so I'm hoping to get that done soon. I'm not even gonna try and say when at this point because every time I set a deadline for myself, something happens and it just explodes in my face. So I might just be cursed. That's my secret curse. Nah, it's just the challenges of having this as a lovely hobby, but also full-time job and wife and child. Which, for those of you wondering, Mrs. T is doing good. She's feeling a little under the weather again right now. I just got past it and gave it to her. It's like a cold, I am pretty sure. So hopefully she's doing all right tomorrow. And little T is doing great. He is a-okay. He's a trooper. So everyone is doing okay. Thanks. I hope we have better days ahead too. Although it's fun. I may have just did I just fuck that up? Sorry, thinking out loud because that's looking for a value, but that's not gonna be able to pull a value. Oh wait, no, I don't need to put value in there because that value is just when I'm manually pushing the number, but since I'm yeah. Yes. Sorry, this is it's something. If you ever think you're good at doing something, uh stream it. just stream it and have literally anyone watch you. And it's like, "Oh, wait a minute. I'm not saying I'm bad at coding, but it makes you realize like, wait a minute. I'm I'm not as good as I think." Which is concerning because I don't think I'm fantastic at it either, but like I said, I just kind of figure out what I need to do as I have an idea of like, oh, this would be amazing, and then I spend like 4 hours researching, figuring out how to do it before I actually get it to work. And actually, 4 hours is being a little generous, but okay. So that'll push that value. That doesn't need to accept a value. That just needs to exist. So the interval will be 300 seconds, 5 minutes, every 5 minutes. Actually, let me do some math because I want to give myself about an hour. Thank you, Rosaria. I don't know if you know Andy in real life. If you do know Andy in real life and that's fun banter, carry on. If you don't be mean to my boy Andy. Um, Thank you, Andy, for making me a thumbnail. But if there's anyone who's better at math than me, I'm trying to think. I'm going to start my stats at 99, and I'm trying to figure out the mental math. Well, not mental math, I'm using a calculator. I'm trying to figure out the math. Uh, he's bad at bingo. He did better than me at bingo. He beat me at bingo. So no, you shut that down right now. He literally beat me at bingo. And even if he didn't, do not be mean to Andy. Thank you. This is a place to be nice and positive. Thank you. And if you were joking, keep in mind, it is completely impossible to easily tell tone. Well, not impossible. It's incredibly hard to tell tone over text. But I'm trying to figure out the math. If I start my stats at 99, I want to give myself an hour. So what rate do I have to decrease it if I do 2 every minute? Does that math check out? Because if I start my stats, if I did at 60 and did 1 a minute, that would give me an hour. If I do 99, I do about 2 a minute. In an hour, that would put me about 120, so that'd be a little less than an hour. We'll just do that. So instead of doing that, we will do 1 times 60, so that'll be every minute. It'll decrease my 99 stats by 2. I hope that this works. It should. I hope. I'll have to, obviously. Why did I define interval in there? Why didn't I just... Whatever, I'm not changing it. Unless it... Actually, no, I don't need that. If I'm defining interval here, that'll be the same there. I have to call a value to pull that. So for those who don't know code, basically, yeah. If I put something in the parentheses here when I'm writing all this, I have to put something in parentheses there. And whatever I put there is called interval. And interval is the same as there, which means 60 will go to both, so I didn't need to have the thing explaining what it was. So it'll go time sleep. It'll wait 60 seconds. When 60 seconds is up, it'll change everything to that. And what it's changing it to... Right, that's the part I need to look at to make sure it actually works. Well, it'll call it. So go through. It'll find where the item is in the memory. It'll pull what the current one is. When it starts, it'll be 99. And then it'll do the value -2 and put it to the next one. And then it'll restart the timer. So then when it does it again, in theory, it should pull whatever the next value is, which will be 97. Do I listen to music when I code? Yes. I listen to the Doom soundtrack from all of the games. I fight my demons in VS Code. Something about debugging while having um, just Doom guy running through your brain. That just makes it so much more epic. Did I get it? Okay, we're just gonna see if I got it. So we're going to hide this for now because I just need it to the side to keep it running, but I don't need y'all to see that. We'll just call him code. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter what I start as, because I'm going to be absurdly overpowered anyway. So I guess it just matters what gear I want. So we'll start with, you know what, we'll go with this. And I know Pyromancer doesn't need... Actually, yeah, we might go with Pyromancer, because Pyromancer doesn't actually need... Because I'm not affecting the attunement, just because I haven't bothered to find the value for that, and I know it would only take a minute. It's probably... Yeah, I can find it quick, but I just don't feel like it. Did I finish -40? No. Reason I'm doing this is because I made a mistake, and I accidentally, like, completely reset the -40 to the very start of the game with absolutely nothing. So I decided to switch this. I'm going to do work on my end to get it back to where I was, and then I'll keep it going. I didn't discover my mess up until like right before the stream started. So when I did not have enough time to actually fix my mistake. Okay, so we're just going to real quick edit that out before I mess with that one. Okay. So I'm just doing that so I can see. Change strength to 99. Change endurance to 99. Now I saw something fun today. About this challenge? Yeah, so the code that I'm writing, I'll talk about the fun thing I saw in a second. By fun, I mean not fun at all. Let me just run this real quick, make sure this is working all right. Perfect. So that worked. We'll change the timer interval to 2 seconds real quick. Make sure that's working. Hell yeah. It worked. We got it. First try. Yeah. So the challenge we saw is I have those stats set to 99. I am not on Twitch. Thumbnail sent. Andy got me a thumbnail to update it. Okay. Gonna update that while I'm talking. Yeah, so what it will do is every minute it decreases my stats by 2. So that gives me roughly an hour to beat the game until I basically can't use anything. Is kind of the idea here. And I didn't change all of my stats because attunement, I mean, I'm Pyromancer, but attunement, I could change that one. That's right above endurance, so that's minus like 4. That'll take like a minute. Can I change the thumbnail? I don't know if I can actually change the thumbnail while I'm doing this, Andy. So I'll have to change it afterwards. But yeah, so I'm not changing vitality because when I when I change vitality manually like I've been doing, it does not actually affect how much health I have. There's a different place that I can do that, but essentially it does not actually change it. Edit stream, scroll. Sorry, Andy sent me an awesome thumbnail that I'm trying to figure out how to change it to if I can. But yeah, so I'll have 1 hour to beat the game before I have no stats. I might change attunement because then I really, really can't actually change anything, like do anything. Which would be, in my mind, absolutely hilarious. So that's going to be my goal. Basically, the idea of the run is I'm going to be playing it, and I'm going to essentially. Okay, I found where I can change that. I'm essentially going to be playing the game while I'm actually just going hollow. Is the idea here. And every minute will end up costing me time. Costing me time, costing me stats and the ability to actually do anything. I'm almost done writing the code here. I'm just adding one more bit for attunement, which should be, it's above endurance. Endurance is times 50. Shit, it says 48. That was okay. Perfect. I also got that one on the first try. I didn't know that was allowed. So I just changed the thumbnail. Finishing up the code. Sorry, I'm not showing the code. This is just a last minute change. That figured would be quick and would give me time to... This is what happens when a stream breaks, everyone. I come in thinking, hey, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish up more of my soul level -44 run, and then instead, I accidentally deleted the run, like a goober. Okay, there. Resistance does not matter. Vitality does not actually change how much health you can have, and I do not feel like messing, because I haven't even made a function to change your maximum health, so I don't feel like messing with that. Everything else. Oh, gosh. Okay. And in 3. Take a swig of beer. 2, 1. Okay. I'll check it in a second, but we should be... I should put a print statement to... Okay, so I got 60 seconds. I should put in a print statement to tell me every time it worked, but... Yeah, resistance is level 12. It's hopeless. We're putting in a print statement. I need to know when it actually works. Print it worked. Save that. Okay, we're back. I added in a single print statement to run at the end of the code every time it triggers, just so that way it will tell me that it printed, because it has to go through the overwrite of every stat before it will actually print and tell me that we're good. So if I see it in about a minute, we're working. That's just the shield. I don't actually need that. Gosh. It feels weird right now because I have not played Dark Souls 1 in anything that isn't bingo since last year, I'm pretty sure. Because, well, we started this in what, November, December? And I have not done Dark Souls 1 in any other capacity since then. So it feels really weird to be back playing Dark Souls 1. It worked. Yep, okay, cool. 97 instead of 99. So I have officially a little under an hour because it's decreasing by 2, and 99 minus 2 does not equal 60. That math doesn't even make sense, but you either know what I mean or you don't. So let's just... Forgot. Did Bingo forgot the killing Oscar? I thought killing Oscar was faster. Oh, this is gonna be nice for now. This is nice right now. It's definitely not gonna last, but it's nice. Wait, Andy, does killing Oscar is killing Oscar actually slower than spamming his dialogue? It worked. So just gonna check. Okay, that's the last time I think I need to check. I just realized if I take over an hour, it's gonna put me into negative stats, and I don't actually know what's gonna happen. Um, I don't have to level up. Yeah, leveling is definitely gonna be forbidden, actually. We're just gonna rush. The Zweihander sucks. I don't feel like going for the Gravelord sword right now. Because I also do absurd damage. And by the time I'm not doing absurd damage, it's just not going to happen. I forgot what I was saying. Welcome to the Teleo stream, everyone. I'm officially back, forgetting what I'm saying mid-sentence. And in case you're wondering, no, this is not just because I'm streaming. I am like that in real life. I get distracted, I forget what I'm saying. You should see me in work meetings. I have about 60 seconds in a work meeting before I'm completely unfocused and have no idea what anyone's saying. It's really bad, and it's probably incredibly obvious when I start accidentally zoning out. Actually, we're gonna get the Uchi because I want the bleed. Oh yeah, negatives is gonna put me into negative stats, and I don't actually know what it's gonna do when it puts me into negative stats. So we'll see what happens to the character with negative stats. Oh, also, if you didn't notice, my endurance is 99 or 90 whatever at this point. It's triggered 4 times, so you can do the math yourself. My endurance is 90 whatever, but my stamina is not. That's because stamina, like health, uh, is definitely pulled from more than one value than just the stat, which is an odd way to do it, in my opinion, but whatever. Yes, it's the real way to keep meetings short. You've got you've got 60 seconds before you lose me. Video feed on work meetings. Oh gosh, I'm so glad that I don't have that. I am so sorry that you do. I thought I would get that. We're gonna kill Taurus because I can. I think it's faster. Yeah, keep your meetings long and hellish. Ugh. Now, Andy, I'm curious. If you don't want to send it here, because I don't know what it is, you can always DM me. It's up to you. But okay, we are cruising or something. Interesting that the Uchi still does not do that. I mean, it's doing good damage, but I expected it to do more. I timed that horribly. No, I feel so bad for people I'm in meetings with because, like, I am very lucky that at my workplace, if we're having a meeting, it's over. It's for something important. Um, I mean, sometimes I'm kind of like this could have been an email, but most of the time, we're good at keeping track of time. Uh, but I feel bad because it'll be like something important. Because like, if you guys don't know, I work at a non-for-profit, um, and our focus is helping kids. Which, side note, is why one of the reasons I am so strongly against age verification, because my entire job is to protect kids, and then you know, age verification doesn't do that. But like, it's important meetings, important stuff, and then it's like after a minute, I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what anyone's talking about anymore. I lost the last however much time of what you were saying, not because I don't think it's important, but because I just cannot focus for that long when someone's talking to me, and I don't know why. Well, I mean, I can guess why, but and it is not aided. Like, sorry, I would. Andy, I love that. But yeah, say me, because like it's probably obvious when I lose focus, even when I try not to, and it's not aided by the fact that I just can't make well, don't make eye contact with people because yeah, you know, uh, not doctor confirmed but peer reviewed uh, on the spectrum. In case anyone's never heard that term before, because I've thrown that out enough times, and at one point someone's like, "What does that even mean?" Uh, Sorry, I just punched my microphone because I itched my leg. It means that I cannot afford an official diagnosis, but there's been more than enough lived experience and testimony from people who know me who also know that type of thing. That's like, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. It used to be in college. It used to be because I was trying to make myself be better at eye contact. Um, it used to be that I would make like uncomfortably long eye contact. I Oopsie, that was a mistake. I can't afford to make mistakes. I don't have time to. Yeah, I would make uncomfortably long eye contact. Like I would never look away because I didn't understand what it meant to make eye contact with someone. So honestly, almost worse. Instead of not making eye contact at all, I would just be staring someone directly in the eye for like the entire conversation. And I feel like that is substantially worse. So, honestly, between the two, I think what people get now, I want I want the upgrade materials. That's probably better. But anyway, the fun thing I was going to say, another age verification site or provider or whatever, 79. I'm already at 79. Shit. Another verification provider got hacked. So that's fun. I'll say it again. Do not provide ID because these places are targets and they clearly don't have good security. My theory is still that they're vibe coded by AI. And if you have something that needs verification, go to nofacescan.app. Trust me. It is a website specifically designed to try and help you get past that with a fake face that passes verification. I mean, and like You can't tell me that these places that trust AI age verification aren't also trusting AI uh to write their databases and their websites. So yeah, that's just my personal theory. I mean, eye contact by you've been sideswiped. So, making eye contact for a super long time because I've been sideswiped by autism. I did that. The therapist said you might be autistic. That was the only time. Sideswiped. I love it. Okay. Well, that's not quite where I wanted to be. You know what? We'll just work our way backwards down to Quelaag. I really thought I rested near Andre. We're fine. We're probably at like 60. That went really, really quick. Making AI pictures using your scientific data, that actually feels like that might be a breach of some type of privacy law. I obviously don't know, but that feels like that might actually be illegal, potentially. I don't have the elevator down. Okay, whatever. Yes, AI. What I've seen is actually AI has a hard time with like Chinese. I can't remember why. I mean, he's part of your company, but like if he's posting the pictures publicly on LinkedIn, that and using company data, that might actually like I could see that being illegal. I obviously have no idea, so but like I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, AI is regular when using English language. You can easily trick it saying a different language. You can bypass its restriction by basically convincing it because it's not great. CEO, okay? Okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine. Let's say, yeah, like AI is shockingly bad at other languages. Um, I'm willing to bet. Poof! I swear I hit the roll button. Darn, my resistance stats so low. My guess would be because so many of these AI companies started with English, um, or were made by English speakers. I wonder if they just only pulled from English sites, or if it's just a lot of the internet is in English. I obviously don't know. Shit, how much of the internet is in English versus isn't? Because I just don't have that data. I've never looked at it, and I don't want to be uh absurd American and be like, ah, so many levels. Yeah, I don't want to be like an American, like, oh, the internet is in English. It's like I have no idea how much of the internet is in English and isn't. I'd just be curious if the majority of the AI training data is in English, since it's so bad with other languages. I guess is my point. That's what I'm trying to say. And I am so screwed. Yes. I'm definitely not beating this in time. And I just have this print statement constantly going every time it shows up that just says it worked. And so I just have this ever growing line of my impending doom. Yes, and English is also a very complicated language. Biggest pool of data, definitely. Um, Like, I'm sure a huge portion of the internet is in English. Um, and it was probably easier for them to write the AI to parse English because that's what they natively spoke. So, yeah, trusting AI to do things is not exactly a great idea. At least not to trust it to do things in mass. And I am waiting for it to self-implode and to completely collapse because I don't see any other way for it to end. But every single stream I've had, I feel like I go on an AI rant or a Tom Nook rant or both because they're both equally detestable. But now, speaking of Tom Nook, so I was reminded of the memes about if you don't know, uh, Doom Guy and Isabelle from Animal Crossing, since their games came out on the same day. Uh, so I reminded those memes, and it was honestly delightful because if you don't know the memes, it's like they are at least best friends. Some people say they are married. Just whatever floats your boat, I guess. And I love it because like it's honestly like my me and my wife. Like if you've seen those memes, it's me and my wife. Uh, because she does cozy gaming. Animal Crossing is probably one of her favorite games of all time. And then I do this type of stuff. Um, and she got me into cozy gaming, and I, oddly enough, did not get her into Dark Souls, but I got her into horror games. So she likes Animal Crossing and horror games. And like that's the only gaming she does, which is supremely funny to me because those are so wildly different. Hello, hello from Afghanistan. Stay safe. I'm not really keeping up to date with what's going on there, but I know it's that general area is having a rough time. So I hope you're staying safe. Couldn't do Animal Crossing. Probably talk to every villager. Yeah, Animal Crossing. So I do not particularly like Animal Crossing. I don't dislike it. It's just not my type of game. I can see why it's a fun game and why people like it. It's just not my game. So near the border region, so it's a bit okay. Yeah, hope you can stay safe throughout all of what's going on. Gosh, that attack makes me so nervous when she does it. Yes, we were talking about AI being bad at other languages earlier, and we mentioned it being bad at Arabic. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I will explain what the challenge is when I am not scared for my life. Okay, well, not scared for my life right now. Well, now I am. That should not have missed me. Just gonna say that should not have missed. I'm glad it did. That didn't miss. I didn't rest in the bonfire because I was overconfident. We are so screwed. So the challenge for anyone who is joining late, well, not late. You're right on time to hear the explanation. So my stats started at 99. Not all of them. Just all the ones that say 57. There's a timer running that every, you know what, if I go downstairs to the catacombs, I can grab the Gravelord sword, it'll be alright, because this is a bad one. It's a bad weapon. I can kill Pinwheel, so it's not a wasted effort, and then go face Quelaag. But basically, every 60 seconds, my stats decrease by 2. So it's just 57, and now you just saw it, 55. That was actually a coincidence. I don't have any way to know when 60 seconds pass besides a debug line that I wrote that just says it worked, which is unintentionally ominous. Yeah, so every 60 seconds, I lose 2 levels. Which is, you know, bad. I'm gonna rest at this bonfire and not be a fool. And it's basically going to see how long it takes. Like I have about an hour, less at this point, to beat the game before I can't actually do anything at all. And in case you're wondering, the reason I did not change resistance is because it doesn't matter. And I did not change vitality because in the game files, and you can see this with my endurance stat, endurance and vitality do not actually change your max health or stamina. And since vitality, that stat really, I don't know if it does anything besides your health bar. I'm going to say it doesn't do anything besides health bar, and then, you know, if Trev watches this later, he can tell me the 17 ways that I am wrong. But since it doesn't change anything, I didn't see a point in adding it into the code, because your max health is a different field in the game files, and I did not feel like writing the code to do that. And in case you were joining expecting what the stream was originally advertised as, which was, you know, beating the game, or continuing to play my soul level -44 run in Dark Souls 2, through some unfortunate events, I accidentally deleted, essentially, that character. I have to start from scratch now. So I'm going to do that in my own time. And we just switched to this. Am I alright? Yeah, I'm doing much better. The entire month of February, pretty much, my family and I were sick. So that's why I vanished for so long. But we're doing good now. My wife is still a little under the weather, but she is recovering. You bastard. Oh, gosh. There's no way I finish this now before I can't do anything. Oh, we are so screwed. Well, if I do this again, I'll give myself a larger window than an hour. That was a little overly ambitious, it seems. Yeah, no, I'm doing good. Family's doing good. Wife is still has a little bit of a cold that she will hopefully pass here in the next day or two. I'm doing much better. Have a good night, Rosaria. Yeah, I am doing good, and Little T is doing fantastic. I was very, very, very worried about him for that month, for February, because he was only eating like 1 meal a day. And it wasn't a big meal. But the thing was, he was eating that meal at lunch when I was not home and I was at work. So for the entire month of February, I saw him eat probably like 5 times. Like eat actual food, which, you know, confirmed that like he was eating, he was doing okay. The doctors confirmed he was healthy, he was drinking, he was active and everything, so like he was okay. But yeah, so I was not around for February, partially because I was sick and partially because I was very worried about my son, so I just did not have the mental bandwidth to be able to also stream because I just wasn't sure what was going to happen there. I was worried I was going to have to take him to the hospital or something, but he's good. He's doing great. I taught him how to boop me on the nose, which is he reaches out with his finger and then pokes me in the general nose area, sometimes the eye, and then makes a beeping noise. So that was fun. And then, but yeah, I wanted to stream tonight because I'm getting back into the swing of things. Ironically, it'll be uh right before I vanish for a little bit because in April I have my exam to get my master's degree. So I'll be a little busy prepping for that. Blood Rose K, hello, another Christian Souls player. Yes, yes, I've heard about you from Andy. He's mentioned you. I've not actually caught any of your streams, but hello, hello. Oh gosh, it triggered again. Good luck with my exams. Thank you, Andy. But yeah, so I'm going to stream here. I might get another stream or two in March, and then I'm going to get a video out. And then I'll probably just like vanish for a little bit again because I have to study for a master's. Gosh. I'm not like so I'm not particularly worried about the masters. Um but at the same time I am very worried about the masters because it's a master's degree and it's an exam for a master's degree. So I'm expecting it to be difficult. Uh and I'm not worried because I know my stuff, but I'm also worried because like what if I don't? you know? Just that general thing of like, what if I'm actually dumb? Um, and I don't think I said it. Yes, Andy, it is from the same uni I got my bachelor's from. This is the Gravelord sword. You get it. You get it from joining the Gravelord Covenant down in the catacombs. Mask of the Child. That is actually going to be useful. Yes, the bingo blade. But yeah, so I'm getting my master's in theology, so I'll be able to teach that at an adjunct level at a local university here or online at the university I'm getting it from because I want to do that. I hated teaching middle school because I think I just hated the standard classroom environment. It was nothing to do with like the kids. I loved working with the kids. It was just standard classroom environment sucked. 39. Oh, we are having a rough time. Okay, so this will just be seeing how far I can get. And next time I do this, whenever that is, I'll give myself more time. But but yeah, like the kids were tough, but I enjoyed teaching them. Um I think it was just the standard American classroom environment that I did not like at all. And I also was teaching at a time where I did not suspect that I was on the spectrum. So that also made things a little bit harder. um, but a college environment, it's different. So I want to adjunct that. What am I doing? I want to avoid the dragon. But yeah, I'm going to adjunct that. Did I kick the ladder down? Am I a moron? Well, don't answer that. Yeah, so that's the goal. Get the masters, be an adjunct, really just teach probably one night class a week because I still have a different full-time job. Continuing my quest, the quest I've accidentally started of having random qualifications for like an absurd amount of jobs. Because then I can put my master's degree next to my IT certifications, next to my OSHA certifications, next to my asbestos and lead paint removal certifications. And I'm just gonna. I see professional certifications like Pokemon. I'm just gonna catch all of them. Completely qualified for everything, hireable for nothing because I don't have enough years of experience. I shall become the final boss of unemployment. Oh boy. You and me together, Andy, we can be overqualified and underemployed forever. But nah, I like my current job though. A little overwhelming at times, being the only IT guy. Because we're a small enough company that we can handle that, but we're also a large enough company that I would love to have a bloody intern at some point. But since we're a nonprofit, that'll probably never happen. So instead, I just write Python code to automate as much of my job as humanly possible. And I forgot what I was going to finish saying with that sentence. I was talking for too long, and my brain thought that I was in a work meeting, and so I forgot everything. You don't get how Americans get jobs. We don't get how we get jobs either. Gonna be honest with you. It either happens or it doesn't. Yeah, so you're perfectly qualified for everything, but because you didn't put in the right AI buzzwords, you don't get the interview. Oh, come on. Why am I going up here? I killed the gargoyles. I'm so used to bingo that my brain was like, you have the Gravelord sword. You have killed Quelaag already. Go down to the gargoyles. What am I doing? I'm in bingo mode forever. The Bonfire Bingo Invitational has completely shattered my brain. Thanks, Kay. I will check you out after this and give you a sub because I do want to catch one of your streams since Andy recommended you. Yeah. Yes, you send a bunch of applications and you see what happens. 2 years ago now, I think, when I lost track of time, but I think it was 2 years ago now, I found myself without a job. Um, yeah, it would be 2 years. Because I left. Yeah, that would make job finding easier, I imagine. Yeah, so 2 years ago now, I found myself without a job because the place I was working at was probably, let's just say, why am I censoring myself? I don't care. I don't give a shit. I hated that place. Uh, the boss's sons worked there on and off when they were not in prison for drug use, and they would do their drugs on the job and leave their drugs just laying around because they were careless junkies. Um, and the boss never actually did anything to punish them, so they could do whatever they wanted. And, you know, if people are leaving drugs around, including, like, the paraphernalia, eventually you're going to get hurt from that in one way or another. So I left. Also, the boss was an asshole, but really I left because of the drug part. So I left, and I thought I had a job lined up, and then in the process of applying for it, I realized, like, wait a minute. this is not an actual job. This is a scammer. But I wasn't about to back down from quitting my current job because I had to get out of there. And also because when I put in my 2 weeks notice, my boss refused to look at or speak to me for those 2 weeks. Um, and this was like a 70-year-old man, by the way. So like very, very immature, mean-spirited person. And I was not going to work for that. So I'm like, I cannot back down from leaving this job now. I just have to deal with it, and I'll figure it out. I, oh, you. I'm like, I will just trust that God will get me through this. He's not gonna get me through this, I don't think. Oh, that was beautiful. Um. Oh, what are my stats at? Well, we're about the point where I have to two-wield or two-hand the Gravelord sword. Um. Oh, this run has not gone as well as I thought it would. I thought I'd be much further in an hour. Ah well. Ah well. Next time. But yeah, so I did not have that job, and I didn't have a job lined up, and so I went about a month or so without a job. I sent like over 200 applications to places. Heard back from about 3 of them, telling me no. Got the job I'm at now because my dad was friends with the CEO and she has a lot of connections. So he was like, "Hey, will you meet with him to see if any of the people that you know would want to hire him for something?" So she agreed to meet with me just to kind of hear where I was at in life. She had known me since I was a kid, but she hadn't like seen me in a while. And in the middle of this process of just like hearing what I was looking for and what I was skilled at, she's like, "Yeah, so we're actually looking to hire an internal IT guy, and this is actually an interview." And I was like, oh shit, what? Okay. And that's how I got that job. But yeah, and my favorite part is that I worked there. And 4 months later, I got a reply back from one of the jobs I had sent an application into, and they're like, "We regret to inform you that will not be continuing with your application." I was like, "Well, yeah, I sent you that application in like October, and it's like January. I kind of figured you weren't gonna hire me. Why did you even bother to reach out?" So yeah, so that's the job finding process in America. It sucks, and it's an absolutely. I don't think anyone has fun in the job finding process. Like, you have the completely unhinged people on LinkedIn, but even I don't think even they have fun. Like, I think it's completely performative because it's a social media site and they want people to like them and all of that. I don't think anyone actually has fun looking for a job or hiring for a job. It's just everyone hates it. And yeah, and I'm not going to pretend like I know what has to get changed for the job hiring process. Like, I have no idea. Because it's definitely not just one thing has to change. But it has to change. Something about it has to change. I don't know what. I don't know nearly enough about that side of economics to start talking about it. Um, but it's terrible. Shameless plug. If I ever learn enough about it, I'll put something on it on my brand new second channel. That is called Telios Talks. I have one single community post about it, and it's the only community post I will ever have about it, most likely. But I made a second channel just for when I feel like talking about random shit like that, because that way it separates the people who just want to see me game and the people who want to hear me talk about whatever is on my mind. So that exists. If you like me talking about random stuff, there is now a channel that will have that. And I'm not going to have it be like a regular upload thing. I'm about to not be able to use this. I have under a minute before I cannot use this weapon. because I'm assuming, I think it uploads and updates in real time. I don't think I have to rest at the bonfire. I don't think I'll be able to use this. Shoot. I got distracted. We can no longer use my weapon. Oh, yep, there it is. Can't. Oh gosh. So the goal is to at least beat Quelaag. I thought I'd be further than this, but guess that's what happens when you give yourself a time limit. Because this is honestly a worse time limit than Bingo. I don't have souls. What am I doing? What was I saying? Oh, but yeah. There's a second channel where I just talk about stuff, kind of like what I do on stream, but it's one unified subject. And it won't be like a regular upload thing, it'll just be whenever I feel like it. Because I already can't keep a consistent upload schedule with one channel. No way in hell I'm doing it with two. And I also don't want that. And I can't use this. So glad I just spent time upgrading it. Okay. Oh, the run is about to die. This honestly worked out pretty well, though, because I wanted to end at midnight, and that's in like 20 minutes. So... yeah. I'm gonna finish the thought. Finish the thought, Telios. Yeah, I don't want the me talking about random stuff channel to detract from my time to edit this channel. It's like the one video I have on there. I made the PowerPoint, recorded it, edited it, made the YouTube channel, made the thumbnail, and uploaded the video. You were gone last time I walked past here. I did all of that in like 2 hours. So, you know, I'm gonna put time into what I say, but do not expect it to be anything highly edited, like the stuff that I try to put here. Okay, how long before I can't even use my hand axe? We'll be fine. Hmm. 17, have economics and political science study, can't find a good university. Hopefully you can, because those are definitely good subjects to learn, at least even on a surface level. And if you want to learn it at university, I imagine it sounds like you want to learn it at more than surface level, but hopefully you can find something good for that. Yeah, definitely good subjects to learn. Let's say my economics lesson was was my dad having a doctorate in business and small business management. Well, being a small business owner and having a doctorate in business management. There we go. Okay, this is gonna end horribly. I really expected to make it further in an hour, but... and it's gone. Okay, what can I use? Literally this. Oh yeah, I can't even... I don't have enough attunement spots. I can't even use... any... I can't even use any spells. Say, Andy, my dad has a doctorate in business. My brother is also a doctor. Neither of them are medical doctors. I like to joke that because I have my dad and my brother are both doctors. I am a medical doctor by proxy. And if you don't think about that argument, it makes perfect sense. No. All right. And I can't use that anymore. Woo! Punch. Man, it is really hard to hit a punch with this thing. But yeah. Say the closest I have to a medical doctor, yeah, it does no damage. The closest I have to a medical doctor in my family is that my mother-in-law is a pediatric nurse for however many years now, which is incredibly helpful when you have a toddler. Woo! We're doing great. Well, the challenge run is kind of done now because I did not beat it in time. My stats started at 99. Let's keep it open if I can, so you can see it. Every 60 seconds, I wrote custom code that, there we go. Every 60 seconds, it decreases by 2. So I had a little under an hour to actually be able to beat the game. It's basically actually going hollow as I play the game, because I can do less and less, and now I'm officially at the point where I can't do anything besides punch. And as much as doing 2 damage against Quelaag, it sounds like a fun fight. I already did the Armor of Thorns run, so at this point I'm just running around because I cannot win. Still some resistance. Yeah, I didn't actually write any code to mess with the resistance stat because it's resistance. Next time I do this, I'll make sure to include resistance just for the aesthetic. And vitality, even though vitality doesn't actually do anything. Villagers only. Oh god, villager rushing in Age of Empires. I assume you're talking about 2. Can be tricky to manage because you have to manage the resources to be able to keep the villager rush going. Come on, I just want to see what happens if my stats go to negative. Because next time it drops, my stats will be -1, and I want to see what happens. Either nothing, or my game crashes immediately. There really is not an in-between. Say Rams only. Interesting. My friend, I need to challenge him again sometime. Well, actually, we need to join together, because he and I, on opposite teams, we are both good strategists. Oh, I can't even use my bare fists now. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the perfect way for this to end. I love it. I can't. Come here, Quelaag. I didn't know that would happen. Oh gosh. Try kicking. I don't know if I actually can. I'm trying the command, and no, it's just not happening. Yeah, but in Age of Empires 2, my friend does the English, and just exclusively uses the longbowmen when he can acquire them, which I don't blame him. But yeah, I've gone completely hollow. Here, let me. I'm just hollow now. I'm gonna stop the code before it crashes my game somehow. Okay, we officially have hit the point where I can do nothing. Like, I might be able to use consumables, but I got nothing. So that is this challenge is absolutely failed. Um, next time I'll give myself more time, maybe 2 hours, because actually less than an hour because I was doing 99 minus 2. So I'll try giving myself 2 hours. That should be a little bit better. Um, yeah. But now I'm going to talk. I am so proud of the code that I've got right now. Um, like I'm working on more stuff for it, but you can see, so I can change my stats just with code, um, which lets me do fun things like this challenge, and I'm looking forward to the other stuff that I can do. Send it to a bonfire. Oh, I need to do that. Andy, who should I mess troll with this? I'm feeling like I should troll Doom Wolf. I would do Press, but he's already tormenting himself enough with his 1 HP runs. I also don't know if he would want to just run random code. Uh, but yeah, I'm very proud of my code. Uh, sorry, I keep punching my microphone because I can just change all of it, all of my stats and such to be, whatever I want. And I can set it to also just change to random values. It doesn't have to be a set value or a subtraction. Ooh, Trev might like it, yeah. Um, all of that. So it lets me do fun things like that, like this timer, where it just keeps changing my stats. Um, I've got one. Let me configure it right. I think this is configuring it correct. I can change the armor that I'm wearing just in game as I'm going about. So I'm definitely looking forward to some fun stuff with that. Which it is also interesting to note that if you set all the values to something like a helmet and then run it, it does this. And as you remove the armor pieces, you just appear. So that's fun. So I'm looking forward to being able to mess with that. Working on being able to give status effects. That's just taking a little bit more time because of how the value works. Because I'm trying to, like, curse, for example. So there's a stats effect for curse. However, it doesn't actually change your health. It just puts the curse effect over your humanity. It doesn't actually curse you. So, like, figuring that one out is something. Let's see, what is the value for this one? I think that's a valid one. We'll find out. It was not. I don't think, at least. Yep, that was not a valid value. What if I add an extra 0? Is that valid? I forget what the numbers are. I need to get them from. There it is. So you can see I can change my equipped weapon as I am holding it. I just keep trying to push weapon values that are not actually weapons, apparently. There. So you can see I can change the weapon that I'm holding as I am holding it, which is super cool. Combine that with the armor, it would be a very unique randomizer, I imagine. definitely an interesting one here. Setting this to 1,000 is probably a dumb idea. What did I write wrong? Because it was working. Oh, right. It's a float, so I have to add decimal. Guess which value I changed with that one. Speed. I can change my speed. It is currently 1,000. And whoop, whoop. Oh gosh. Okay. I need to not. I need to change it back. Yeah, I know a good number. Yeah, so I could change that to a random value. Obviously, I would not make 1,000 a viable option. But here, it's a 0.01. Let's attack. I have hit the attack button. As you can see, 0.1 speed is very, very slow. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, we're gonna put it back to normal. Yeah, so being able to change speed, so change the speed variable in the middle of doing stuff. I think that has some good value. And I don't know if I'll ever actually use this one. Yep, it only changes the player animation. I think that's a binary, so I just need to be 1. You can change it to death cam, which probably has absolutely zero purpose. Except for to just mess with whoever is running this program at the time. Yeah, I don't really want to change the whole game speed for that very reason. Okay, change that back to 0. Which, fun fact, the death cam variable in the game appears to be Boolean, which basically means it's either 0, where you're not in death cam, or 1, where you are. And that's it. I just find it interesting that the death cam is just written to be like, yep, you're in it or you're not. Yeah, I hate death cam controls. And then I can show you. So the Mac. So I forgot that I did a lot of the work for this already, but I mean, yeah, I should have expected it to just be Boolean, but I forgot I did a lot of the work for this. But so the max HP, I actually did find the value. I thought I hadn't yet, but I can do this. Oh, it crashed. Why am I? Takes 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. I only gave you 1. Oh, wait, no, because I did read instead of write. Because I am a goober. There we go. My max HP is 1. And I can probably do this with stamina. I just haven't actually found the value for it. So, what if I... Okay. Cool. Wonder how many hits I can take. Yeah. And I'm going to look. Someone asked at the start of the stream if it'd be possible to change the health and stamina bars so that the health bar constantly regenerates, but stamina goes down until you rest. I don't think I can do that with this, with my program, but I do want to see if that's possible. But yeah, so I'm gonna get going here in a minute, but that's some of the code that I've got written that I can mess with. I'm gonna be doing more with it, but things that I'll be able to do challenge runs for, both on and off stream, that I'm looking forward to. So big things planned in the future. My next stream is probably going to be me, well, assuming I get everything set back up, my next stream is going to be me continuing the soul level negative 44 run. I just need to, recover everything that I deleted. Can't believe I did that still. But, yeah, so that is the goal. That is the plan. I forgot I set my dex super low. But yeah. So thank you all for being here. This is absurd. I need to. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night, rest of your day, rest of whatever time it is. Andy, if you can financially afford a $500 bass trumpet and you want to get it for that purpose, then do it. But yeah, say always a good time, always a good time. Like I said, next stream should hopefully be continuing the Dark Souls 2 run. Sorry if you came here expecting that. If it makes you feel better, I also came here expecting that. But I don't regret what we ended up with. I'm gonna try this run again at some point because it's been on my list. I just didn't expect to do it tonight. So I'll give myself more time, maybe like 2 hours. But everyone, have a good whatever time of day it is for you. And please remember that the world is a better place with you in it. Later.